Hey, fourth grade. So this week for spelling, we are going to be doing long E vowel sounds. So when we do the long E, like long A, it says its name. So we are going to be doing these long E vowel sounds this week. We only have 4 days this week, so you'll have a little less time, but you should be able to get those spelling packets done pretty quickly. So when we're talking about long E vowel sounds, they, like I said, say their name. They can be spelled with just an E, like the word we. They can be spelled with EA, like seat. They can be spelled with EE, like teeth. They can be spelled with E and then a letter in between and then E at the end, like these. Spelled IE, like grief. Spelled EI, like receive. Spelled EY like key and spelled with a Y like scary. So they're saying that E sound. I know it's a little confusing with the IE and the EI, but that each of those will say the E sound. So let's go through our words. So I'm going to go through the words and then, like always, give you the definitions to make sure that you guys know what each word means. So first word, evening. I'm sure you guys have heard this word before. It's the end of the day, so usually around like dinner time up until about the time that you go to bed. A deed. Deed is an action performed intentionally, which means that you mean to do it. So sometimes people do good deeds, which means they do good actions on purpose. Concrete. So concrete's rough building material. You guys might see concrete trucks pouring. They pour out the cement mixture and then it hardens. These are used to make things like sidewalks, different roads, things like that. A league is a group of people that have one common purpose. So, for example, there could be like a baseball league, meaning all the people there are playing baseball in different teams, or there could be a bowling league, which means all those people are coming together to bowl. Next word is indeed. Indeed means that you are saying that something is correct. So, say I ask, is the spelling packet due on Friday? Someone would say indeed, because they are saying yes, correct. You are correct about what you're saying. Family. Family are the people you are related to. So that means your moms, dads, uncles, cousins, aunts, brothers, sisters, all of the people that you are related to. A belief is something that you believe to be true. So beliefs might change from different person to different person. It's what you think is true and what your values are. Squeaky means a high-pitched noise, so they often refer to like a mouse as being squeaky when it makes noise because it's a high-pitched sound. Honey. Honey is a substance that is sweet and sticky, and it's made from bees. A zebra is an African animal that looks a lot like a horse, and it's black and white. So if you guys have seen pictures of zebras or seen them at the zoo, they've got the black and white stripes that distinguish them. A speech is talking to an audience. So if I'm giving a speech, I'm giving a specific topic, and then I'm going to talk to somebody about it. To wheeze means to breathe heavily. So oftentimes people who have asthma or people who are exercising might wheeze because they're breathing heavy. And then the word breathe. So that is taking in air to your lungs and letting it out. Just what you guys do every day. Scheme is a plan. So if you are putting together a scheme, sometimes they use that in a negative term, as in like the scheme, maybe you're planning to do something fun or silly, but a scheme is a plan. Sleek, this means to be smooth or glossy. So if you say that the new car is sleek, it means like the outside is smooth. Chief is a leader or person that's in charge. So it could be the chief of surgery. So that's the person who's in charge of all the surgery in a hospital. When you say chief, it's usually the leader. A reef, referring to like a coral reef, is a group of rock and sand and coral that's just underneath the surface. So we obviously don't have any coral reefs around here because we are not near the ocean, but those are along the edges of countries who are surrounded by the ocean. A donkey isn't also a horse-like animal. Usually they're like gray, a little bit smaller than a horse though. Healer is a person or something that heals. So just like the name says, so that could be like a doctor, or that could be some sort of medicine that's healing. And then the last word is weary. Weary means to be tired or kind of exhausted. So if you're weary, you're just kind of don't have a whole lot of life in you. For the spelling packet this week, there are a couple different things that we might not have done before. So you have the normal front page as usual, where you're going to sort based on how the word is spelled. So if it has a double E, you put it here. If it has E and then E at the end, you put it in this. So make sure you're doing that sort. But then on this second page, there are things called analogy. So I'm going to show you the spelling packet a little bit bigger so that we can do it together. Okay, so here is that second page of the spelling packet I was talking to you about. So if you read here, it says, an analogy is a statement that compares sets of words. Write the spelling word that best completes each analogy below. So they're going to give you two words, and you're going to see how they compare. And then you're going to find a word that compares to this third word here. So let's do this example together. So it says, happy is to glad, as tired is to what? So happy and glad are very similar words. They mean kind of the same thing. So we want to find a word that means kind of the same as tired. So if we would look on our list, I said that the word weary means the same as tired. So I would type weary in here. Let's pick another one. So let's look at number 10. Warm is to cool, as dull is to what? So warm and cool are opposites. So that's the comparison we're looking for. So we need a word that is opposite of dull. So dull means kind of bland, not really nice. So if I would look here, I would say that I think sleek would be the opposite of dull, because I said sleek was smooth, glossy, nice looking. So that would be the opposite of dull. So you have to see the comparison that they're making between the two words to find your fourth word there. These are pretty easy once you get the hang of them, but I know if you have not done them before, they can be kind of difficult. So just keep trying, and then down here, you're just finding a word that matches the definition. So to breathe roughly, you're going to find the word that means to breathe roughly or heavily, which I talked about in this video before. So make sure that you use every word. You can only use each word once, so don't use the same word over and over again. You can only use it once. I would maybe take this tool right here, the line tool, and once you are done with a word, cross it out so I know that I'm not going to use weary anymore. That might make things a little bit easier to try to pick from up here. Okay, fourth grade, so that is it. Good luck with your spelling this week. Make sure you're playing those spelling city games to practice the words, and have a great week.